my name is Melissa and welcome back to part 2 of this short video series where we're discussing the role that your pelvic floor muscles play in male pelvic pain specifically. And I'm offering 2 different yoga flows to help you to alleviate tension in this area. In part 2, we're going to be practicing a 10-minute flow that occurs on your knees. So bring along a towel or a blanket to pad your knees, and you'll also need a stable chair nearby to support your body weight. For more information on anatomy and the yoga flow that occurs on your back, visit part 1 of this video linked nearby. When you're ready, I'll meet you on the mat with the blanket and the chair nearby. Begin by coming into child's pose, by extending the arms out in front of you and the knees in a wide position as you sink the hips back towards the heels. If you're having any pain in the groin or the ankles, check the screen for photo modifications to make it a little bit more comfortable in these areas. As you settle in, begin to breathe deeply into your belly. Feel your belly expand against your thighs, and potentially with each breath in, notice this expansion in your pelvic floor. As you breathe in, pelvic floor lengthens towards your toes. And as you breathe out, exhale back to neutral. Beginning to sense through the body, as you then take the arms over towards the right side of the mat. Here, lengthening through the entire right side body. Breathe into the side of your waist and feel your hips are heavy back towards your heels as you reach through the arms in this nice side bend. Visualize breathing right into the place where you feel this stretch the most. Continuing to be aware of your pelvic floor as you breathe. And take your time to come back to the neutral position in the middle. One breath here before you then change sides, reaching your hands over towards the other side of the mat. Again, thinking about heaviness through your hips as you sink your pelvis towards your feet, while at the same time reaching through the arms and shoulders to create length through the side of your body. And breathe into the restrictions that you may feel. And with each exhale, let your body weight sink into the floor a little bit deeper. Inhale through the nose and exhale back to neutral, finding that center position. Next, we'll come into a simple cat and cow position here. So come onto your hands and knees. And as you find your hands and knees, stack your wrists underneath your shoulders and your knees underneath your hips. And when you're ready, think about inhaling, lifting the gaze, dropping the belly. And exhale, drop the head round through the upper back as you let the tailbone drape towards the floor. Good. Inhale, feel the belly expand as you look forward. Sit bones lengthen away from each other. Exhale, round through the spine and upper back, emptying the breath. Good, a few more rounds like this at your own pace, listening to the rhythm of your own breathing. Exhale, round, and inhale, extend. Exhale, round, and inhale to extend. Maybe nodding the head yes and no here can feel really nice in the neck and the upper back. And if you have any sensitivity in the wrists and knees, of course, padding those areas with a towel or a blanket can feel nice. Take your time to really feel your spine move here. Getting a nice range of motion throughout the entire length of your spine. Inhale forward. Exhale around. Feel how your breath connection helps you to notice the pelvic floor Inhale, expand, sit bones widen. Exhale, softening on the empty. Final round, inhale forward and exhale to round. And when you're ready, we'll come through neutral and we'll get set up with a chair for the next pose. Set yourself up facing the chair with one knee forward in a low lunge position. Let's start with the right knee forward and the left knee down. Use the chair to help you remain upright in your trunk. And think about tucking your pelvis underneath you, almost as if you were tucking your tailbone underneath you. And this is called a posterior pelvic tilt. As you rotate the pelvis back, you may notice that it increases the stretch at the front of your left hip. Maintaining the upright position in your body and breathing into the stretch at the front of your left hip. If you're looking for more, you can lunge a little bit into the front knee as well. Directing your breath right into the place you feel it. And when you're ready, we'll come into a hamstring stretch by extending the leg out in front of you as you slowly hinge from the hips, keeping the chest relatively upright and sending the hips back towards your heel. You should feel this stretch along the length of your leg that is forward. Breathe into the hamstring stretch, and if you feel it only behind your knee, potentially bend your knee just a little bit to feel the stretch more in the middle of your muscle belly. Good, take another round of breath here, breathing right into the back of the leg. Taking your time and using the support of the chair to help you offload some of the pressure and intensity of the stretch. And when you're ready, bring the leg out to the side and maybe resting the forearms on the chair as you again sink the hips towards your heels. And this stretch should be felt more along the inner seam of your leg, where that inner seam of your pants runs. So you really should feel this on the inner thigh, maybe even all the way into your groin. Potentially playing around with a little bit of sinking of the hips towards your heels versus right to left. You may even notice that changing the rotation in your foot increases or decreases the stretch sensation. Breathe deeply here into the inner line of your leg. Take your time and notice any changes that you're sensing in the muscle before you change sides. And when you're ready, simply shifting your weight and your body to the other side of the chair, coming back into your low lunge position with the left knee forward and the right knee down. Again, thinking about that posterior pelvic tilt. Tuck your tailbone underneath you as you use the chair for support to stay upright. And you should feel this at the front of your right hip. You can further increase the stretch sensation by contracting the right glute. Breathe deeply here into the front of your hip. Good, one more round of full breathing here. Lengthening through the hip flexors to increase pelvic mobility. And when you're ready, extending the leg forward into your hamstring stretch, hinging at the hips, keeping your sternum upright as you shift the hips back towards your heels. You should feel this stretch along the entire length of the back of your leg and maybe slightly bending the knee in order to increase the sensation in the middle of your thigh as opposed to behind the knee. And directing your breath right into the back of your leg where you feel the most sensation. And each breath out, see if you can soften and release into the stretch. Then when you're ready, bring the leg out to the side now to access more of the inner thigh. Here is where you can lean your body weight into the chair as you sink the hips towards your heel. Simply noticing how any minor adjustments in your pelvis positioning can impact the stretch. And again, playing around with the rotation in your ankle and noticing how that may impact what you feel along the inner thigh. Taking your time here, breathing deeply. And these muscles of the groin feed right into the pelvic floor. So stretching them is very important. So spend another moment here, breathing into the stretch and feeling that release. When you're ready, taking your time to come out of that position, and we will still use the chair for our final resting position, coming onto your back while resting the calf muscles up onto the chair for support, and also patting the head here for optimal relaxation. And so here we're using the chair to support our legs and create this anti-gravity effect in the pelvic floor. So this is a great opportunity to deepen your breath. Feel your ribcage expand all the way into the left and right armpits. And as you feel this large expansion of breath in your body, notice if you feel this expansion in your pelvic floor as well as you breathe. Without any weight in the legs, you may feel a little bit more weightlessness in your pelvic floor. In general, take this time to sense in the body. Notice any changes that you have created with this brief stretching practice since the beginning. You may feel a little bit lighter in the body, a little bit more loose in the hips and pelvis. And carry these positive sensations with you throughout the rest of your day. One final deep breath in through the nose and out through the mouth for that final release of any stress or tension. Thank you for watching, and thank yourself for following along. The more often we create space for relaxation and ease in our bodies, the more we really start to rewire our nervous system, and our body then follows along. Be patient with yourself while you build practices that relax your body and mind and ultimately gear you towards a state of healing and recovery. If you'd like to work with me one-on-one to find the best stretches to fit your body's unique needs, find our virtual services tab on our website called Therapeutic Yoga, and our website is pelvicpainrehab.com. Keep in mind, pelvic floor physical therapy is the first-line treatment for male pelvic pain disorders. Find a provider near you or reach out to us on our website or via social media. Thanks so much for showing up again, everybody. My name is Melissa, and I'll see you again soon.